Gods and goddesses in training, welcome back to the channel. It's Uncle Makara. The other day I got called Virat Kohli, which is cool. Irregardless, I don't really watch that much cricket, but it's kind of funny. In this video today, I'm gonna help you heal from your heartbreak. Okay, this is a very powerful topic that I don't think a lot of people talk about or have spoken about. Healing from heartbreak comes down to you really taking care of your heart chakra. That's where a lot of the guilt, the shame, the negative emotions get stored, okay? And until you start to really flush out your heart and cleanse that negative internal voice in the head, it's always gonna keep coming up. So you have to change your relationship with your inner critic and your self-talk. And the way you would do this is you start altering the tonality or the pitch of the voice in your head. So when it's going, yeah, you can't do that, or yeah, it's not working, or I don't know if I should do this, or I don't know if I can do that, it's constantly checking you. We did a channeling event for the adepts last night. It was very powerful. I was tapping into the energy of Dawn, and I was helping Ryan tap into the energy of Akilos. And it was just a very powerful session, because very different type of session. I think the adepts could start to understand the process with which this really happens, which is a dropping of the character, dropping of the ego, you know, merging different beings and so forth. There's got to be an understanding and communication between two people, right? And oftentimes after a breakup, it's a breaking up of the ego. It's where you understand that I'm no more with this person, right? And so my reality has to change. And so you'll notice that a lot of times after a breakup, someone will like change their hair or get a tattoo, or, you know, change countries or go somewhere to travel, because they are trying to reinvent the character that they are. And my advice would be the same, is to return back to who you are and who you were before the relationship. Yes, you were a particular way during the relationship. Maybe you were a bit of a badass in the beginning, right? I think women have sex to experience the intimacy, or men will be intimate or pretend to have the sex, okay? So first of all, let's start to understand that we have to change our relationship frameworks, okay? I keep telling this to all of my students. You've got to be the writer of your own novel and story. You can't keep going with what is written about you, or what has been in this kind of co-authorship, where she's been writing and you've been writing, or he's been writing and you've been writing, right? So in positive psychology, there's this thing called micro moments of connection. That's the description of love, which I really like, actually. It's a very interesting definition. And I would have to agree to some extent, is that those little moments, you know, you sharing, you know, a cake with them or something, or you could go for like a random, you know, Sunday drive together or something like this. So these little moments that are not pre-planned, but they still hold the power to shift your reality around, right? Through having these little date nights and these different things that you used to have with them, you have to have those with yourself now. You have to spend quality time with you. So taking walks is a really good one. Going into nature is a very rejuvenating thing that you can do right now. It's best to write out all of the problems or insecurities that you experienced in that relationship, and make a kind of a brain dump of all of the things that you need to work on, and then go tackle those. You take the problem, you sort of zoom out from the problem, and you ask yourself, what is the bigger lesson in all of this? What do I have to learn in order to adapt my character and transform it to its greatest capacity and level? Because really, after your heart is quote unquote broken, again, your heart wasn't broken, your expectations were broken. The heart is still working, okay? It's healing. It's the metaphor that we use, is heartbreak. okay? Your heart is fine. It just needs more respect and possibly even gratitude for going through that experience with you. It's not the stress, it's your relationship with the stress. There are going to be stressors in life, but how are you choosing to respond to them, reflect against them? You can try this activity right now. If you just close your eyes and imagine that there are different tensions in the body that you notice. And I want you to associate right now that tension in the body with the negative self-talk. So link them together. Okay. Now I want you to give it a color. As you inhale, I want you to bring it to the top of your head. As you exhale, imagine out of the third eye, you're beaming out this pure white light, as white as virgin snow. And it's coming out, and you're just placing that within your hand, and in your hand, it's becoming a ball of white light. So inhale. Exhale, send. Now, open your eyes, have it slightly above eye level, and look at the thoughts as they're outside of you, okay? Like this, slightly above your head. And now I want you to just clean it. So just clean the thought. Imagine you're polishing it. And you're plopping it back in your head with a different tonality. So now it's more high-pitched, your inner talk. So hold and exhale. Okay, this is a very good practice because now when you hear that little inner talk, it sounds like some other character. You can externalize it, and by externalizing, you can take more power over that thought. So this is the practice that you really want to use for the negative voices in the head, right? That keep telling you, you're not good enough, or she's dumping you, or oh, she's cheating on you, or all of these different voices. You can now change the pitch, right? It sounds different. That sounds like a Goofy, or it sounds like Shaggy Man, you know? It sounds like a different voice where you're like, shut up, dude, right? Make it into an annoying voice, actually. Okay? Because oftentimes that self-defeatist voice is not really there to serve you, but you also want to befriend it at times, so you can even observe it and go, yeah, no, I'm gonna bypass you, okay? Like, there are moments where you understand that there's a lot of this power, okay? Emanating, allowing you to do what you need to do. I hope you have an incredible day today. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. If you need more support on this, let me know. Let's heal this thing. Os.